Dear students, we will go with the classification of immunoglobulins. Immunoglobulins are the serum proteins. They are classified into the five classes known as the immunoglobulin G, immunoglobulin A, immunoglobulin M, immunoglobulin D, and immunoglobulin E. These are the five classes of immunoglobulins. Now we will go in detail regarding the properties of each immunoglobulin class, which can be represented very easily in a tabular form. The first we will go with the first class is known as the immunoglobulin G. Immunoglobulin G, this is the most abundant immunoglobulin. It is present mostly about the 70 to 80% of immunoglobulin. It is having the molecular weight is about 1,50,000 Daltons. And whereas it is having the heavy chain is about the gamma 1, gamma 2, gamma 3 and gamma 4, and it is having the light chain is about the K or the lambda. And the subclasses, immunoglobulin G is having the subclasses, 4 subclasses. They are about immunoglobulin G1, G2, G3 and G4. Immunoglobulin G1, immunoglobulin G2, immunoglobulin G3 and immunoglobulin G4. These are the 4 subclasses of the class known as the immunoglobulin G. And the half-life of the immunoglobulin G is about 21 days, and the serum concentration is about 12 mg per ml, and the total percentage of total immunoglobulins, as I discussed at the starting, is about 70 to 80% of present is about the immunoglobulin G. And the valency for the antigen binding is about the 2, and the physical state it is present as the monomer. It is not having any J chain, and it is having the sedimentation coefficient of 7, and the carbohydrate content is about 3%, and it is having a complement binding by the pathway known as the classical pathway, and it can pass through the placenta from the mother to the fetus, and it is having the heat stability at 56 degrees centigrade. And the main function of the immunoglobulin G is about it protects the body fluids. Coming to the next class is known as the immunoglobulin A. Immunoglobulin A, it is having a molecular weight known as the 1,60,000, and it is present is about 10 to 15% of immunoglobulin. 80% is immunoglobulin G, and whereas the 10% is about 10 to 15% is about immunoglobulin A. It is having the molecular weight is about 1,60,000. It is having the heavy chains alpha 1 and alpha 2, and the light chains is about the K or the lambda, and it is having the subclasses 2. Okay, it is having the 2 subclasses alpha 1 and alpha 2, or we can say it as the A1 and A2. Immunoglobulin A1 and immunoglobulin A2. And it is having the half-life is about the 6 days, and the serum concentration is 2 mg per ml, and the total percentage present is about the 10 to 15%, and valency for antigen binding is about 2 or 4, and the physical state is about mostly as the monomer or rarely as the dimer or the polymer, and it is having the J chain. Okay, what is meant by the J chain means, as we discussed, that it is having the 2 monomers, okay, immunoglobulin A1 and immunoglobulin A2. Coming to look at the structure of the immunoglobulin A1, see these are the two monomers. This is one monomer and this is the second monomer. If you look at the structure as I discussed earlier, this is the heavy chain and this is the light chain. Okay. This is the light chain and this is known as the heavy chain. Both the heavy chain and the light chain, they are joined by the disulfide linkages, and both the heavy chains are also joined by the disulfide linkages. You can see this is the heavy chain and this is the light chain, and both are linked by the disulfide linkages. This is the one monomer of the immunoglobulin A, and this is the second monomer of the immunoglobulin A. We can also say that this is the immunoglobulin A1 and this is the immunoglobulin A2. Both the A1 and A2, they are joined by a chain known as, they are linked by a chain known as the J chain. Okay, and at the point where the A chain and B chain they are joined, it is consisting of a secretory component. Okay, this is the structure of the immunoglobulin A, which is having the J chain. Now coming about the J chain is present in immunoglobulin A, and it is having the segmentation coefficient 7 and 11, and the carbohydrate content is about 8, and the complement binding is having the alternative pathway, and it is not passed through the placenta, and it is having the heat stability at 56 degrees, and the main function is about it protects the body surfaces. Coming to the third, another major class is about the immunoglobulin M. And the speciality of the immunoglobulin M is about this is the largest one. This is the largest immunoglobulin. It is having the molecular weight is about the 9 lakhs. Okay, 9 lakh Daltons. It is having the largest molecule. The heavy chain is about the mu, and whereas the light chain is about K or lambda, and it is having only one subclass. Okay, except G and A, the remaining all are having the no subclasses, or about only one subclass. Whereas the G is having the 4 subclasses, A is having the 2 subclasses. Coming to the M, it is having only one subclass. The half-life is only 5 days. The serum concentration is about 1.2. And the total percentage of total immunoglobulin is about 5%. G is about 80%, whereas A is about 10%, and M is about 1 to 10%. And valency is about 10. Valency for antigen binding is 10. The physical state is about the pentamer. It is available as it consisting of the 5 monomers. This is about the pentamer of the immunoglobulin M. This is structure of the immunoglobulin M. It is having the 5 monomers. See, the pentamer is having 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, all are linked by the disulfide linkages, and it is having a J chain here, the chain which joins the structure similar to that of the immunoglobulin A. The J chain is present in also in the M. The J chain is present in the A and also the M. Okay, pentamer. See, the J chain is present in the A and it is also present in the M. The difference is about A is only the dimer. It is consisting of 2 monomers, whereas here it is a pentamer. The sedimentation coefficient is 19, carbohydrate content is 12. The complement binding is about the classical pathway, and it is also similar to the A. It is not passes through the placenta, and the heat stability is about 56 degrees. It protects the blood stream. Coming to the fourth type of class is known as the immunoglobulin D. Its molecular weight is about 1,80,000, and it is having the delta heavy chain, and K are the lambda as the light chain. It is also having one subclass, and the half-life is 3 days. And the serum concentration, it is present only 0.03%. And the total percent is about only 1%. 1% is present in immunoglobulin D. And valency for antigen binding is 2. And the physical state is monomer. No J chain is present. Segmentation coefficient is 7. Carbohydrate content is 13. And there is no complement binding, no placental passage, and by heat stability 56 degrees, and the function is not known at all. Coming to the class 5, or the last class, is about the immunoglobulin E. It is having the molecular weight of 1,85,000. It is having the eta as a heavy class, and K or the lambda as the light chain, having one subclass, and the half-life is 2, and the serum concentration is very less, 0.0004. And the percentage of the presence of the immunoglobulin of the total immunoglobulin is about 0.01 only. And the valency for antigen binding is 2. The physical state is monomer. J chain is absent. The sedimentation coefficient is 8. The carbohydrate content is 12. No complement binding. No passes through the placenta. And its also heat stability is also nil. And it is mediated. And it mediates the type 1 hypersensitivity reactions. Okay. This is regarding the classification of the immunoglobulins. Totally it is subclassified, or it is classified into totally 5 classes: immunoglobulin G, A, M, D and E. Okay, and these are the various properties of the immunoglobulins. Thank you.